Hello and welcome back to Alma. We're going to start off this episode with a quick little montage of some evening planting wheat in our top field, if you want to call it that, at this point in time. I thought I'd just get a bit of a head start on the planting, and then tomorrow we can do the field that we had the corn in. To get that on the go, we have bought a roller. Well, the first thing I did off camera is I limed the field, and then I took this case into the workshop and we put our front end load onto it, and we also upgraded it to 170 horsepower. So we've got a bit more power on the case just to help out around the farm, just as a little interim upgrade, if you want to call it that, before we look at bigger tractors. Just get this hooked on. We've got a worker on the planter at the moment. I made a little bit of a mistake, I must admit. The reason why I did actually decide to do some night planting is that I wanted to plant rye in that field, and rye had to be planted in October. But true to form, I forgot to switch over to rye and realized only about halfway through the first headland that I hadn't done that. I didn't want to waste the seed. So we will have 2 wheat fields for this next season, and then we will go on to rye. I wanted to plant rye because it's one of the specific crops to this map. In any case, let's get the roller on. I think we'll just let the planter get a little bit ahead of us, and then we'll come back to you. And that's the planting done. And the rolling done. Our take on night planting. Get back to the farm now. We'll give these a wash down, pack them away, and then we'll go for a well-end break at the end of October. And we'll see you in November. Welcome. A new month has dawned. And this month we're going to start off by getting our rocks on, so to speak. We're going to go and sort out the stones on the cornfield that we harvested recently. We ploughed that up while we were doing the harvest in where we are now in November, in October. So we've leased this rock picker, nice biggish wingspan, I think 7.5 meters. We'll put it on the big John Deere. We'll go and get that started and get picking rocks. It's a fairly slow process, so I'll put it onto a worker, and while that's starting off, we will go and help with the building of a second-hand rock crushing machine that we are purchasing. It's going to be installed today, and that will crush the rocks or the stones. I keep calling it rocks. In any case, it will crush the stones and produce lime. Now, this field won't produce enough lime to completely lime itself as such. But if we can get, I'm hoping we get, and I think we will get, one 10,000 litre load out of it. And I think, in my estimate, just compared to what we used in the last field when we limed the other wheat field that we planted that we planted during the evening, that we showed you at the beginning of this video, that took about 3 loads. So I would say that's probably going to take 4, maybe 5 loads. So it'll go a little way to being self-sufficient on lime, but it's probably pretty expensive compared to what you can buy it from the store. That's $350 for 2,000 litres, and I think the rock picking machine's going to cost us 20-odd thousand. I can't remember what the quote was. We'll find out soon, in the not too distant future. Let's just get these guys going. Just watch them for a little while. Just pick up those rocks, those stones. Sorry. Oh dear. Yeah, it's doing a reasonably good job. Just got to keep close to the edge because I think I missed a little bit along the side a little while ago. So I haven't really used I normally switch field stones off when I do my Let's Plays. I think the main reason why I do that is because I just feel that compared to, my experience, it generates a lot more stones than, maybe I was lucky in the fields that I used to work on. Just generates a lot more stone than I expected, or that I would normally have seen, and that makes it a laborious task to deal with in the game. But it is a legitimate part of ploughing and preparing fields. You don't want too many rocks or too many stones or too much rubbish for that matter, because you can dig up lots of stuff when you plow. So yeah, so I decided to do it this time. And of course, if you're going to produce your own lime from it, becomes quite expensive. But I decided to do that and put the lime crushing machine in, just so that we could get to just not have to travel so far to get rid of the stones, let's put it that way. Right, so we've got to work on that. We'll get that going, and we'll now just start, and we'll get, well, we won't start, we will put the second-hand lime stone crushing machine that produces lime in, and I'm going to put it behind the bale barn, just to try and hide it away a little bit. It is an old machine. It's a little bit of an eyesore, I suppose, so we'll try and hide it. It works well enough. Just try and hide it away behind one of the sheds. I think that's going to be just about it. Yeah, so just over 25,000, bit of landscaping that needs to be done. Don't think that's going to materially affect the access to and from the machine. There we go, it's in. We just need to put in some access roads now. What are we going to do? So we just need to kind of extend the curve around the cow shed so that we can pick up the lime from the front. It's becoming quite a busy area, this now. But yeah, that's good. That's good. The original farm had too much open space, too much unproductive land. And I understand land is at a different premium compared to, say, a place like the UK, which is really small. I think we might change this from dirt to gravel at a later stage, but I've got quite a bit of work to do on the farm later on, probably in the next episode, just getting everything prepared for winter. Yeah, let's put some access roads into the crusher. Now the crusher doesn't need water, so we're going to get a water supply for there as well. So I think we'll put access from, just trying to work out which is going to be the most likely way that we'll access the machine. I think it's probably going to be from both sides. The other reason why I'm putting this in is because I'm going to kind of try and stick to fields that are close to the farm, instead of getting too far away from the farm in terms of having to get machinery to fields from fields. And if we're going to keep going with the field stones, being able to access the crusher, or get it to a crusher, or get rid of it, especially considering that the stone picker only picks up 2.5 tons or 2,500 litres, so it does need a lot of emptying, so you have to have some sort of plan to either offload and then reload, or so I went for this option. And also it just shows something that I haven't really done a lot of in the past. Still got to get horses. Just looking at the horse barn does take up quite a bit of area, so we're going to have to either use it or lose it, as they say. My initial thought was to use it, and I think that's what I'm still thinking. We'll probably get through this winter first, and then we need to plant a small oat field somewhere so that we can, because I think the horses eat oats, so we need to get oats. We also need to try and get another grass cut off before the end of this month, so it's going to be a busy month as well. And I want to do some adjustments around the farm just to create more shelter for equipment for the winter months, but that'll probably be in the next episode. Right, we're just getting that done. We're going to put in a tap now. We'll put the tap in right next to the offload point. I'm just going to pick up the case, and we'll go and hook up the water tanker, and we'll fill that up with water. And I can show you my water loading technique, if you want to call it that. There goes my saying again, if you want to call it that. I'm going to have to start making a list of these sayings. Yes, there's another area that this trailer park area will need to be sorted out, but that's a problem for the next episode. I've just left the interactive zone markers on just so that you can see where everything is, and you can see number one, how I've overlapped the water tap with the offloading point. So the water tap that I use is from the Omatana mod for her open air gardens, and it works really well. It's quite a dark color, so that if you put it next to where the machines and that, it's not obtrusive is the word I want to use, but it kind of blends in. So if you offload the water, then you can, without moving, automatically refill the tanker and then offload it again. And then, so that's in its simplistic form. And then what you can also do is, while it's offloading, you can be loading back water in. And as you can see there, I let it get to sort of half empty, and then I refill it. Sort of half empty, 2/3 empty, refill it again, and just keep going until it stops taking water, and you know that it's full. I'll just show you the whole process to show you that it's reasonably quick. I think the Stonecrusher takes about 60,000 litres. This is a 7,500 litre tanker, so if the tap was a little way away, we'd be up and down. I think I did show you this when we put the greenhouses up, but I'm not sure that I showed you this little trick of loading and offloading at the same time. Right, let's go make sure it's full. There we go. That's ready. All it needs is the rocks. Yeah, I know, it's stones. And let's get this parked off. We can see how I think we'll go off and see how the stone picker is doing. There we go, we're just finishing off the third headland. I've taken over from the worker because we should be just about full. The issue here is whether I'm going to be able to finish this third headland before the stone picker's full. Well, we're going to have to finish the third headland because I had this on courseplay, and of course if you I don't know how to do it, but every time I try to set up courseplay, once a field has started being harvested or whatever, it wants to go right to the beginning. So I still need to teach myself that, to set up, but to resume, I don't know if it can. I'll have to research it. It probably can. It's such a good and involved mod. You've got to take your hats off to the guys who think of and are able to make a mod that is as complex as something like courseplay. Fantastic. Makes the game, as I say. Show appreciation to the modders. Good stuff, guys. Without you, this game just wouldn't be what it is. Right, so we're not quite full, but I think I'm going to go and offload, because then I can just put this onto a normal worker, get him going in a diagonal up and down, and we'll probably have to finish off ourselves at the end, but it's quite a slow going process, so must probably finish that off in the next episode. Let's just get this started. So we'll put our first load of stones into the stone picker. See, this is the beauty of it now. You've got the fields all around you. It's just a hop, skip and jump, and we're at the stone crusher. We can get rid of our stones nice and efficiently, and we can get some lime out of it. So it's got a very generous trigger on this lime crusher. There we go. Get that back to the field and get the worker started. Let's just go and activate the operation. There's no use having all the raw materials in there and not getting it working. There we go. So 2,000 stone plus 1,200 water will give us, what is that, 2,500 litres of lime. So we should get about 5,000 litres of lime, and I think the rest of this field will probably give us about another load. So yeah, I'm hoping that we will have at least one, because our lime spray is 10,000 litres, so I'm hoping for at least one full load, which will save us 10,000 litres of lime at $350 dollars per 2,000, so 300, so $1,600. So I mean, the investment will eventually pay it off. Of course, we'll have to eventually buy a lime picker as well. No, lime picker, stone picker. Oh dear. Alright, so the next job, as soon as we've got the worker going, is to buy a trailer to load up our tomatoes. We're going to get some tomatoes into the Ketchup factory. So I'm going to use an autoload trailer to pick up the pallets of tomatoes, just mainly to show off this little mod. Uses a nice cheap trailer. It ends up being quite a cheap autoload system. Can take about 22 or 25, I can't remember exactly how many pallets of tomatoes. So gives you about 11,000 litres of tomatoes which we can take down. So let's get this hooked up and go and load up those tomatoes. Get it down to the ketchup factory, get that working. There should be some stock down there as well. Right, let's just get the instruction manual out so you can see how it all works, get it all set up. I haven't used this mod before. I have used it on my Court Farm series, but it's not the pallet mode, it's the bale modes, the auto bale pickup, or I'm getting confused. You know what I mean. Yeah, auto load for bales, that's what I'm talking about. So this is loading quite nicely. There we go. It's fairly slow producing tomatoes. Oh, there's a gap there. I don't know what happened there. Well, let's just see what happens. Oh, it's picking up one short. Let's put straps on. I see it's automatically strapped up, but let's unstrap and strap again. Yeah, so it's pushed that one down, so hopefully we should be able to pick this up again. Let's just reset the auto load, see if it picks it up. Don't have to jump out. Oh dear. All fingers and thumbs. Is it going to work? Yep. That's quite a nifty little thing, is that it automatically straps the pallets in. So what we're on there, 12,000, which will be the full capacity of this trailer in normal circumstances as well. So weight wise, exactly right. And we'll get off down to the ketchup factory and we'll see you there. Right, so we're not far away. We're in town. I haven't really had too many occasions where I've been stopped at the level crossing for a train. I have seen the train, but I'm always a little bit nervous because for some reason I struggled to see the barrier. So I always just take it a little bit careful there. I can see myself getting whacked by a train somewhere along the line. Right, let's just get in there, and I think, if I remember correctly, it's it's starting to offload already there. What's that to the top left over there? Is that our ketchup? It's not on pallets. Is it? What? I don't remember leaving anything down there. Scratching my head a little bit. That's offloaded. Let's go and have a look and see what that is. Yep, it looks like ketchup containers. You can pick them up. Not on pallets. How much are in each of those? 100 litres. Just wonder why it's not on pallets. It's going to be a bit irritating having to hand load these every time. So we'll have to clear it on a regular basis. Oh, a bit surprised at that. I suppose it doesn't take up pallet space, but unless of course each one of these has been classed as a pallet. So I don't think I'll put these into the pizzeria yet, because we haven't got cheese yet. We haven't got flour producing yet. So we're not in a position to start our pizza production just yet. So I think we'll sell these. I'm presuming these other places to sell ketchup. I haven't really looked, to be honest. It was always just going to be ketchup for pizzas. But of course, the ketchup factory is probably quite a big producer. So yeah, there's quite a few of these things, and it's, as I said, it's not difficult to load them up, but you just got to do them all one at a time. So you're loading 100 litres at a time. If they want a pallet, even if the pallet had 10 of them on, give you 1,000 litres. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a big issue. It's just a little bit of a surprise, and something you have to deal with. I do like the fact that when you put them onto the trailer, they self-right. There you can see what I mean? So you don't have to. I suppose you could sit there and make it all neat and tidy, but we're already doing this all by hand. Every time we deliver tomatoes, we can just do the same thing and just spend a couple of minutes of just loading up. Of course, we won't show you the whole process every time, just doing it this time because it's new, first time I've seen it. Don't know how many other times it's been shown in Let's Plays, but yeah. I suppose to a certain extent it's nice to have little surprises, things you didn't expect. I mean, I expected just to pop down here, pick up a couple of pallets. I thought I'd have to get a forklift bought specifically for the. I might still have to get one that will handle all the jobs in town. We'll just see how everything else spawns. Now I'm wondering how the pizzas will spawn. Will they spawn as individual boxes or on pallets? There's also I know there's there's another auto-load trailer that loads things into, it auto-loads and loads and puts them into boxes. So I wonder if that'll work with us. We'll try that out sometime. I can't remember what it is. I'll have to go and look for the mod. But it's like a little refrigerated trailer, and it auto loads. I used it on my Urban Farm series to load up olives and grapes. It worked quite well. I think it could take 20,000 litres. That's the last one. The thing is, you can just, I suppose you could actually sit there and just throw them on, but knowing me, they would be all over the place. Strap those in. So I'll have to dig up that mod, see if that works with these, and there were some productions that wouldn't take the product from that mod as well. So let's just make sure. Yeah, we still got plenty of water in there, so that's no problem. 8 tomatoes plus water gives us 5, so there's going to be, I mean, we've just put 11,000 in there. Yeah, so we're going to get plenty of tomato sauce. I thought it was slow producing, but yeah. In any case, let's go and have a look and see where we can sell this tomato sauce. Try and get some money out of it. As I said, I'm not going to put it into the pizzeria because we won't get any money. It'll just sit in stock there, and it's going to be a little while before we can produce, so we'll sell this. So the only other place is the diner, which is not far from here either. It's pretty good money, and it is better price in any event than the pizzeria would have been. So 5,200. We've got over 2,000 litres. Yeah, so we should get, what, 2,500 litres? We should get about, certainly over 10,000 for this little load. Use one of my old sayings again. It's not going to be, it's nothing we can scoff at. Yeah. Fantastic. I just put the marker on just so that we could see exactly where it is. I think it's just around the corner here, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. I'm sure the dine will be very happy to have their fill of tomato sauce. Nice. Yeah, just over 15,000, plus a little bit for being good environmentalists. And I think that's where we're going to end this episode. So thank you so much for watching. We'll finish off the rock picking in the next, or the stone picking in the next exercise. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Cheerio.